I'm back. Hey, I'm back, fam. I'm back. Sorry for that technical hitch. And that other computer, the audio usually gives me a headache. I don't know why. I tried everything, but it didn't just work. So I've switched over to another computer. So welcome back to my live stream. And like I was saying, if you're coming here for the first time, that's if you're coming to my channel for the first time at all, you're welcome. This is Virtue Grace. Have you subscribed? Like I always ask. If you've not, then click the subscribe button and the bell beside it. That way you're going to get notified each time I go live or upload new videos. I just uploaded a new video this evening. If you've not seen the video, kindly watch it as soon as this live stream is over. It's a very interesting story that I shared with you in that video, so I want all of you to watch it and as much as possible share it and let the views go up. When I see interesting stories like that, I want to share with you because I feel like it's so important for us to amplify all of the positive stories coming from the continent. Okay, so welcome to my live stream. As you must have seen the title of this stream already, it's something that has been trending in Nigeria since yesterday. A lot of people have been weighing in on the matter, and given that it's I don't know how many of you watch mainstream news in America, but the story is about a Nigerian and popularly known as Hushpuppi. He's a Nigerian billionaire who is suspected to be a fraudster. He used to live in Dubai. That's where he was based before he was arrested by Interpol. And we got the news yesterday that he was arrested by the Interpol in Dubai and he was taken to America. So arrested by the Interpol in Dubai. So that's the story about him. Share this live stream on Facebook, on Twitter, share it everywhere you know you can. Let's have more people coming so that we can have a more robust discussion. And anybody who wants to come up on the show with me, just indicate in the chat room. I'm going to send a link to you so you can click and be with me here live. And yeah, so welcome. Like I've been saying, he was arrested, and this person in question is a very popular person in Nigeria. He spends a lot of money. If you go on his Instagram, by the way, his Instagram is Hushpuppi, just like you can see in the title. Just type Hushpuppi on Instagram, you are going to see him. You're going to see him. He wears designer clothes only. We are talking about Gucci, Balenciaga. We are talking about Prada. I think he was even nicknamed the Gucci man. We are talking about Tom Ford. Just name it. Whatever American designer you can think of, whatever French designer you can think of. Just, in fact, if you check his Instagram, you're going to see he lives a very lavish lifestyle. His cars are the latest luxury cars, luxury clothing, luxurious houses, just name it. That's the kind of lifestyle he has been, displaying on social media. And a lot of people have been asking questions about his. Don't mind, I'm trying to share on Facebook. So when I tell you to share on Facebook, you know that I'm doing the same. So he's been living a very lavish lifestyle, like I've been saying. So a lot of people were questioning his source of income. I mean, it was so glaring that something was amiss, by the way he was living and displaying his wealth on social media, because no legitimate source of income could have possibly earned him the kind of money he was earning to live the kind of lifestyle he was living and displaying on social media. So a lot of Nigerians kept asking questions, what happened? How was he making his money? So, and he has been vocal on social media as well. He talks a lot on social media, like just commenting on controversial issues and also just, yesterday, like I said, he was arrested. So as we speak now, he was taken by the Interpol to America. He's going to face he's going to face the judicial process there. And from the look of things, it doesn't seem like he's going to come out anytime soon. Please click the like button. I'm taking time because I'm trying to share this video um on Facebook. Yeah, so from the stories and from what was reported on an American news channel, was that during this coronavirus pandemic, the American government was giving a stimulus package to unemployed people. So that money was what him and his ring worked and defrauded the American government of, up to the tune of about $100 million or so. Basically what they did was they got people's credit card information in America and then hacked into the American government system to defraud the government of the said amount. So when the news got here, there's been a lot of reactions on Twitter. By the way, guys, how do you share and how can I post a live video like I'm doing now on YouTube, this YouTube video on Facebook? Anybody knows? Drop a comment for me. What? Yeah, so that's what has happened to him. Honestly, he's in big trouble. I doubt if he's going to come out of this one. He's probably going to end up, because the crime is a serious one based on what has been reported on American news channels. To hack into the American government system and to defraud the government of that amount of money, hundreds of millions of dollars. It's not small money. It's plenty money. So they picked him up in Dubai at his Dubai residence. Like I said, he doesn't live in Nigeria. He's a Nigerian, but he's been living in Dubai for years now. So that was where they picked him and took him to America. So as a Nigerian, when I got the news, I've had a lot of thoughts about the whole story. We try as much as possible as Nigerians to, guys, I'm trying to sit on something because it looks like I'm bare chested, but I'm not. So I want to sit on something higher so that you can see me more clearly. So like I was saying, a lot of us Nigerians do as much as possible that we can to portray Nigeria in a positive light, just so that there's been a lot of negative publicity about Africans, but I think about Nigerians in particular, especially when it comes to the aspect of crime and fraud, all of that. So as much as possible, we try to portray Africa and Nigerians in a positive light. But it's so unfortunate that we have a few of us Nigerians, just a negligible few of us, who um constantly just try to um undermine our efforts and to keep portraying us in a negative light, honestly. And that's why I felt like I should do this live stream and talk about it, because some of you might have heard or seen it on mainstream media in America and will be wondering, and because that's the only thing a lot of people have access to, there's a tendency for people to conclude that Nigerians are fraudsters, Nigerians are criminals, Nigerians are bad people. But no, we are not. We are not all like that. It's just a negligible few of us who it's just a negligible few of us who do that. So uh, just so that we understand, we are not all bad people. Yes, we are not all bad people. So, and I condemn in totality what he has done. Nobody Nobody. Have you shared this stream? Have you shared it to Facebook and to all of the your social media platforms? Please do that. Let's have more people coming. So that's basically what has been happening. So let me try and take some of your comments. I have a better impression of Nigerians. Oh, I'm glad you do. Just because they don't know how he made his money, they say he's a criminal. PG rated. I don't think so, because for Interpol to have picked him up, they probably have done their investigations. They've been doing the investigations, and that's why they eventually picked him up. I mean, they could have picked any other person, but why did they pick him? According to him, he said he's into real estate. That's what he has been fronting as his uh, source of income. So, but many people do not believe that. Okay, someone is saying post the link. Okay, Ebube Okafor, I'm posting it. Ebube, click on it. I've pasted the link here. Just click and then you will join me live on the show. Yeah, so a lot of us probably thought that because he was Nigerian, he was a scammer or hacker or both, probably based on stereotypes. No, I don't think it's based on stereotypes. And I'm a Nigerian here, so I think it's but I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to stand based on the evidence and the information that is usually out there. I think that picking him up is not based on stereotypes at all. But I think what I'm here to do is just to for us to discuss this and to put this out as like a disclaimer that not all Nigerians are criminals. Because oftentimes a lot of people, based on the negative publicity and the stereotypes that um associated with Africans and with Nigerians in particular, people tend to conclude that all Nigerians are bad or are criminals or one thing, or all those negative stereotypes. So, but that's not it. That's why I am here doing this stream, so that we can talk about this. Welcome everybody. So if you've not given this stream a thumbs up, definitely give it a thumbs up, and share this stream on your. Wow, you look beautiful, Virtue Grace. Thanks, T. Kelly. You're welcome. Thank you. So share this stream on your Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on your WhatsApp, the WhatsApp groups that you belong in, and then the WhatsApp your WhatsApp status. Share. Let's have more people coming. It's very important, because some of you must have seen it on Facebook. Some of you must have seen it on YouTube. Some of you must have seen it on mainstream media in America. So that's why I'm doing this stream, like I've pretty much been saying. Give this stream a thumbs up. So he was picked up in his Dubai residence. I'm going to fix that another time, because it seems like it has to be a lot. I've been trying to share this stream on Facebook, like to host a live party, but it's distracting me so much. So let me just concentrate and forget about it. Once you guys share, we'll definitely have more people coming. Let's see. So you're welcome. Let me do this. Yeah, so you're welcome. Nigerians no longer Nigerians not long ago were actually admired and respected in Dubai. Yes, that's what we were saying. Like I was discussing this with my colleagues the other day, the day it happened. That a lot of people, because of this news and the constant negative portrayal or behaviors of Nigerians when they are in the diaspora, people would tend to generalize and conclude that Nigerians are like that, and the disrespect will continue. But we are not all like that. There are people in this country who are legitimately working to make a living and who are making their money out of legitimate means. But because of the activities of these few, very few Nigerians, a lot of people might assume that all Nigerians are bad people or fraudsters or criminals and all, but that's not the case. Really, that's not it. Yep. So if Google billionaires in the world, there is no black people on it, but isn't this story about a black man? Trust me, Grace, they don't want us to succeed. Yeah, I agree, but it's in this particular case, I don't think it's a question of them not wanting us to succeed. Honestly, I think even the reaction in Nigeria is actually one of, okay, so finally he gets to answer for his flamboyant lifestyle, because this is his Instagram handle. That's his Instagram. I'm trying to, yeah, so that's it. Hushpuppi. So let me remove this from the screen. So I just want you to have a look. Like, this is Hushpuppi, and that's it. So you look at his lavish lifestyle, like luxurious cars, shoes, clothes, designer clothing, exotic holidays, a lot. Just scroll and you're going to see. So even Nigerians have been raising eyebrows about his source of income. There was a time that Nigerians took up on him on social media so much that he had to he had to put the information out there that he's into real estate. But Nigerians, they no matter the amount of money he's made in the real estate business, no, people actually didn't believe that he can be living this sort of lavish lifestyle like he does. I mean, I'm talking about someone who flies private jets, who wears designer clothes, designer jewelries, uh, just so much. He was even nicknamed Gucci Man. So that's it. Just a lot, a lot. Like, you just scroll through his Instagram, you see it's so much there. So that's it. So he was picked by the Interpol off to America. So let me just look at Twitter and see some of the reactions that people have been making there. A lot of people have just been saying, "Oh, he has gone. We know by the time he's back, he's probably going to be an old man. That's if he ever comes out." Someone is saying, "What did he do?" Okay, so the story is that he defrauded the American government of about $100 million, and that they did by hacking into the American government system to defraud the government of money that was meant to be paid to people as palliative as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. The money that American government was giving to people to cushion the negative impact of the coronavirus pandemic. So they according to what a mainstream media in America reported, that they got credit card information or social security number, sorry, they got social security number of Americans and used it to file for claims that the money is meant for, I think, people who were unemployed or so. So they got those people's social security numbers and then filed that they needed the money. So the money was paid to them. And as a result, when the legit owners or people who were rightly supposed to claim the money started filing, they got the information that their social security numbers were already used, and they could not get any monies. And also the government, American government, has probably investigated it, and the Interpol picked him up in Dubai. So that's it. And I feel so bad that it's actually someone who shares the same national identity as I am, Nigerian. So the whole information out there will be a Nigerian has defrauded the government. Just a few months, I think towards the end of last year, there were some Nigerians who were arrested, about 17, or how many of them, so many of them, who were arrested for an alleged fraud and all. So now again, this one, and it's usually big crimes, nothing is not small. So that's why I feel so bad that the name of Nigeria is constantly being smeared by these people who make the legitimate hustles of other Nigerians, to be questioned. There are a lot of us here, a lot of Nigerians who are working hard every day to earn legitimate incomes to cater for themselves, their families, and all. But then we have this select few, just this negligible few, who just want to make quick money, and so they want to do everything possible. And then my position is, if these people have so much ingenuity, because to hack into the American systems government is not a day job. So if you are so technologically savvy that you can succeed at such a grand scheme, then why not channel that energy, that skill? Why not channel that technical know-how into doing something more productive, into doing something more legitimate, to earn you a legitimate income that you are going to enjoy without anybody having to come pick you up, you know? But again, it goes back to the issue of wanting to make quick money, wanting to live a lavish lifestyle. And it's important for us to understand that time will come when you work hard genuinely. A time comes that you are going to reap the results of your hard work. You put in hard work, smart work, and just keep doing it consistently. You will eventually reap the rewards of your hard work. You don't need to take the hard and fast route that will most definitely end tragically. You don't have to take that route. Just keep doing what you have to do legitimately, and eventually you are going to make it. Now look, the Interpol has picked him up. Nobody knows what his fate is going to be. He'll probably most definitely end up in jail. We know that. And what happens to all the money that he has, defrauded people of? So my Nigerian people, if you're watching me here and you are technologically savvy, please just channel that technical know-how. Just channel it into doing something more productive. Like, let's use that technical know-how to develop the Nigerian technological space. Don't use it for criminal activities. You don't have to. Don't use that knowledge or skill that you've acquired for criminal purposes. Channel it into doing something productive, into doing something legitimate. It's very important, very important. A lot of reactions. Now, someone said, Gucci man, I'm sure I guess orange should be your Gucci man. I hope orange is going to be your new favorite color. You know, we know what T. Kelly says. We know what his fate will be, jail, and they are taking everything he bought for himself, family, his grandma, you name it. So you see, at the end of the day, he's going to lose everything he has amassed for himself. Just when you look at his Instagram, like I've said, you are going to see lavish display of wealth. When I talk about lavish lifestyle, go there and you are going to see it. Lavish, luxurious cars, clothing, jewelry, spending, eating in luxurious hotels, just he was living the life. Honestly, he was living the life. But a lot of people, kept asking, what is he doing to earn such money, that he's living this kind of lifestyle? And like I mentioned earlier, when the heat was so much for him, one time he dropped the disclaimer. He dropped a disclaimer that it's actually real estate business that he's doing. And when you look at his, what do you call it? When you look at his Instagram and bio, you see there real estate. Let me call it up again. So if you look at, he has 2.3 million followers on Instagram. 2.3 million followers. You have in his bio, he has real estate developer. So that's what he put there as his source of income, or as his, as his job. Can you see? I'm trying to bring it close. You can see the real estate developer. He has 2.3 million followers. That's him, Hushpuppi. So you see, let me call up some. Look at, this is the latest picture, the last picture he posted before he was picked up by Interpol. That's a Rolls Royce, right? And he wrote there, my success and prosperity not be a once upon a time story in your life. Oh, okay. Say, may success and prosperity not be a once upon a time story in your life. Thank you, Lord, for the many blessings in my life. Continue to shame those waiting for me to be shamed. Hashtag Rolls Royce. Hashtag Royce Kulian. Kulinan. Okay. Hashtag Royce Kulinan. So that was the latest. And he posted this 5 days ago. 5 days ago. So listen to the caption again. May success and prosperity not be a once upon a time blessing in my life. May success and prosperity not be a once upon a time story in your life. Thank you, Lord, for the many continue to shame those waiting for me to be shamed. So don't you see that that's an irony? The same prayer he was praying, that the faith shouldn't be the faith of other people, is the same faith that has befallen him. So his success, his lavish lifestyle and all, is probably going to be once upon a time story of his life, because now the Interpol has picked him. He's gone. That's it. That's his latest, 5 days ago. So like I was saying, just it's a lot. That's him beside a private jet. That's him beside a private jet. So you can see, let me bring it closer. Always going on designer stuff, you see. So just a lot. Can't let Corona turn me handicap indoors. Got to do a Corona stroll. That's a Corona stroll. That's him driving in this luxurious car. Look at the wristwatch. You see? Yeah, so that's pretty much it. A lot The government made it very easy to file for the okay, let me read this. The government made it very easy to file for the stimulus with no questions asked. Then they have 3 years to audit you if they decide you received the money in error. Oh, okay. So I have always suspected, okay, someone is saying, I have always suspected this man. Unfortunately, most Nigerian youths who are forever jobless look up to this guy. But not all, not quite all, you know, and the reason why they will make example of him for others is he's black in America. You see us fighting. He has a front row seat now. Yeah, so it's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. And the truth is he doesn't live in America. He wasn't living in America. He was living in Dubai. And it was in Dubai that he was picked. Yeah, so I like this. Miss Cardio Queen says there is always a small group within society who defrauds their government or will defraud government outside of their country. Yes, so that's the point that I actually want to stress in this live stream, that what he has done is not representative of Nigerians. That's not who we are. We are hardworking people, and I say that with every sense of humility and honesty. We are hardworking people. There are a lot of people who are struggling, who are working really hard in this country to make legitimate income, but there's just like a very select few, like I've been saying, who have chosen to toe this path, you know trying to amass wealth indiscriminately and to amass the wealth through illegitimate means. That's not exactly who we are, and that's the message I want to send across to everyone watching me out there. And because this video is going to be here, when you watch this video, please know that not all Nigerians are fraudsters. Please, it's very important for us to get the narrative right. Not all of us are fraudsters. Unfortunately, the actions of these few Nigerians would put us in the negative light there, and probably attract some sanctions from the Western world, even though they know not all of us are like that. Just last year, we got a travel ban. PG rated is coming up. Okay, PG rated, I've added you. We got a travel ban, getting into the EU, and America actually gave Nigeria a travel ban. So now
I'm
that
sorry, I
these
don't have a good
things are
camera.
coming up, we stand more chances of getting more sanctions. These are the things that these people capitalize on to sanction us. And so it's so unfortunate, really. It's so unfortunate. So welcome to the show, PG rated. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine,
Listen,
thank you. How are you
listen.
doing? I
My
can
my
barely hear you. You sound distant.
my whole thing about this is I'm not gonna. I don't know this man. I don't know what he did to get his money, so I can't judge. But living here in America for the past 20 or some years, I've been working in construction my whole life as a laborer, hard working with my hands, an assistant to every other craft out there. Bed in and still don't really have a dime to show for it. Now, I say that to say this because I recently changed my career to a different field. I sleep 7 hours out of out of the 8 hours that I work, and make more money than I can count for it. This is the problem that we have in America when people say, "Oh, work hard with your hands," and so you can have something to show for it, this, that, and the other. But while there are other jobs out there that pays vast more money to help you in your situations, like for instance, what you do as a YouTuber, there are a lot of folks out there who a lot of money doing this. All they do is sit down on their behind it at home, and I know you don't do that because I know you say you volunteer work, this, that, and the other. But it seems to me that they want to put excuse their oppression, their knees on our neck to make us work harder, and claim that we're going to do better by working harder when that's not always the truth. There are other ways out there to make money other than being black and selling drugs or doing something incriminating. This is why I'm not so harsh to believe every story that I hear. I honestly don't believe what they say about Bill Cosby. Why Bill Cosby made all his money, wanted to buy a TV station. The white people didn't like that. All of a sudden, all these stories come out about him. Now he's broke and he's in prison. So we should not be so quick to hear everything that we hear about folks. Yes, you're showing me these pictures of this guy, and he's living a flamboyant life, flashy, this, that, and the other. But not one of those pictures show me that he's a pimp, he's doing drugs, or anything else of that sort. So I can't judge this guy for being flashy. If that's all they have to show me, that is no evidence. You understand where I'm coming from? You there?
Yes. So the story is that like I was saying, they filed for social the palliative or the stimulus money that the American government was giving to citizens as a result of the coronavirus pandemic. So they got social security numbers of some American citizens and filed for that money that was paid to them. So when the legitimate owners, that is American citizens who rightly deserve the money, this made efforts to apply, they would get the report that their social security number had been used already. So the FBI probably has been doing the investigation into the matter, and then eventually they picked him up in Dubai. He's not an American citizen. He's a Nigerian citizen who lived in Dubai, and he was picked up in Dubai by Interpol and taken to America, and that's the information that we got. So like I said, basically, even the reaction in Nigeria is one of, okay, so he has committed a crime, then of course he should be held accountable, he should be taken and made to answer for his crime. This was one of the, I'm sorry, I want to show you. Could be in the hands of money
Do you know that? Do you know that here in America that they're sending money to dead people?
According to the website,
my neighbor's mother died a couple months back, and she got a check in the mail sent to him.
A Nigerian crime ring is exploiting
Now,
this pandemic.
I don't understand how dead people are getting money, but they're talking about fraud with other people that
the potential losses are somewhere in the hundreds of millions of dollars, Kristen. Wow, that's a lot of money. So that's one of the reports from one of the mainstream media outlets there in America about the story. And here's another one.
Scams related to COVID-19 have been exploding as criminals use the pandemic as a ready-made excuse to steal your money. And many of those scams come via robocall. As consumer investigator Steve Spracia found out, tracing the origin of those robocalls isn't as easy as it should be for law enforcement. Tonight, he's getting answers.
I've never filed for unemployment before.
But when Stephanie DeCola found herself out of work and applying for unemployment benefits, this pop-up appeared on a government website saying this social security number was already used to file a claim. The Secret Service says it's happening to millions of folks, blaming a well-organized Nigerian fraud ring, which the Secret Service says has targeted unemployment benefits in North Carolina, as well as a half dozen other states around the country.
So that was some of the news that was reported on some of the social media, on the mainstream media in America. Like I said, that's the information that we've gotten, and the Interpol has picked him, and I'm sure he's probably going to be charged to court, and a ruling will be passed. But just like I said, doing this stream is just to put the information out there, that because some people probably have access only to what mainstream media reports, and based on that, you can hear them say a Nigerian criminal ring. So that adjective Nigerian is always used, when it comes to all these things, and they keep playing it on the media just to emphasize the fact that, you know, Nigerians are bad. But what I'm trying to say is not all Nigerians are fraudsters, not all Nigerians are criminals. There are a lot of Nigerians. We are over about 200 million Nigerians, and so you can't use the action of one person to generalize and, you know, call a collective people as criminals or as fraudsters. You know, this is just a negligible few people, few Nigerians who probably want to make money, quick money by all means, who sometimes engage in these criminal activities. But when they are busted, the narrative is, you know, Nigerians, and Nigerians. So that's what I'm here to just basically set straight, just to for us to correct the records, the narrative, because a lot of us Nigerians, we are hardworking people, we are smart people. We have a lot of Nigerians abroad, and that's in America, in Europe, and all over the country, doing all over the world abroad, doing legitimate businesses, in legitimate employment, and just contributing their skills and knowledge to the economies of those countries. And for us at home, we are doing the same. So when you hear these things, please do not generalize and say, oh, Nigerians are this, so I'll probably not visit Nigeria, or I will not come to Nigeria, you know, all of those things. We are not all like that. So PG rated, you want to say something?
Yeah, no, and I hear what you're saying, and I've never judged a country based on one person's action. I don't think all terrorists come from um, Iraq and whatnot, you know, because we have terrorists, American terrorists here in America. And I don't think all cops are bad. I don't think all white cops are bad. I've experienced more bad with black cops than I've done with white cops. So I don't generalize somebody because of their color or their nationality, and judge their country because of that. So, you know, I wish you guys the best. I know you obviously are a hard worker. You come here and you share with us a whole lot. I learned a lot about your country from you. So, you know, other than that, I've been still trying to get with you about your PayPal account. I've been trying to send you something, and like I said, but your connection is not properly up yet.
Yes, so thank you so much. I've been seeing your emails. The challenge I have is the PayPal I've been I sent to you. It was a private PayPal account that I created, but I can't receive money obviously on that PayPal account, because sending and receiving money on PayPal in Nigeria is difficult. But I'm working on creating another one, so I need a credit card, that a dollar credit card. I'm going to link to that new PayPal account that I'll create. So that's the process I'm working on, and once that is sorted, I will definitely let you know, and let every other person who wants to send any contribution to support my channel to have that information. Thank you so much, PG Rated. I appreciate your gesture, you know, the efforts you're making at supporting me in both watching videos and sending, you know, some funds to me. I deeply appreciate that, and I'm working on it. Once I sort it out, I'll let you know.
Thank you. You have a blessed one.
Yeah, so thank you. There's someone else here that I'm going to add. Welcome, Flor. Hope I got the name right. Flor, you're welcome. Thank you for coming. Hi, guys. Give this video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. If you're just coming in, give this video a thumbs up. Share it on your social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, if possible. Share it on your WhatsApp, the WhatsApp groups you belong to, and your WhatsApp status. Let's have people come in and discuss. This is very, very important. And then if you're coming here for the first time today and you've not subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button. It's very important. And when you click on the subscribe, please click on the bell. That way you will get notified each time I go live or upload new videos. So welcome to the show, Flora. You're welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, so
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excellent. How about the
Fine. Are you Nigerian?
excellent? Because I'm in the UK, oh my dear. I just happen to find your channel. You know me, I leave comments occasionally. You know, I subscribe and then I disappear. So today I thought, she sent a link. Let me just press this one. Now, wow, I'm on live. Hello, world.
Okay.
Now, how come they arrested Hushpuppi? Because I just got into the conversation now.
Yes. So
Can you
he was arrested yesterday. We got the information yesterday that he was arrested in Dubai by the Interpol. According to the information that he defrauded the American government of some money, so the Interpol picked him up. So that has been the information.
Well, the thing is, I'm also French, so I know about Interpol, and once they get to you, that's basically the end of you. He's going to have a very hard time proving that he's innocent. But that's not the first time Hushpuppi has been accused of fraud, if I remember very well. It's not the first time. So the music was not paying. The music was not paying.
Your network is freezing. There's a glitch on your network. I can barely hear you clearly.
Mine is okay. I said, so his music career was not paying him.
Yes, honestly, I didn't even know that Hushpuppi was into music. You know, I think when I got to know about him, I got to know about him as a result of his lavish lifestyle. You know, the lifestyle he portrays on Instagram and some of the controversial posts that he makes. You know, commenting on maybe social issues and all. So that was when I got to know about him and just looked him up and saw that, yes, I see he's this Nigerian dude who puts a lot of, you know, lavish lifestyle, clothing, luxurious cars, you know, destination trips and all of that. So that's pretty much all I know about him. And on his Instagram, he put there in the bio that he's into real estate, but you know, a lot of Nigerians have been questioning what real estate it is he does that he earns so much money to live such lavish lifestyle. Like I said, if you look on his Instagram, you're going to see a lot of cars like Rolls Royce. You're going to see Gucci, Prada. Those are the kind of clothes he wears. He wears designers, Balenciaga, just name it. Whatever designer you can think of, those are the kind of clothing he wears, you know. And okay, so it's a lot, and I'm just reporting as it is, you know. So the information is that the Interpol picked him up in Dubai for defrauding the American government of hundreds of millions of dollars, you know, money that was meant to be paid to unemployed people as stimulus package. So that's the story. So I've been saying basically that when they hear this in America, they shouldn't generalize and conclude that all Nigerians are like that, because we are not all like that. There are hardworking Nigerians, you know.
Yeah, but the problem with a lot of people, especially in the diaspora who are not Africans, they're very quick to jump to conclusions. There are fraudsters everywhere. In every society, there are fraudsters. It's just that some of them are smarter about being caught. You know what I mean? The problem with a lot of, shall we say, African fraudsters or Yahoo boys is that they know how to steal, but they don't know how to be smart about hiding the money that they steal because they want to live large immediately. You know, and smart thieves don't do that. You understand what I mean? All these social internet and all these, it's killing a lot of people. Social media is killing a lot of people. Because last time, I think 5 years ago, it was about this Albanian 25-year-old Sleep by the bed covered in dollars. How
Oh, I can't hear you. So unfortunate. I can't hear her anymore. So maybe you should exit the stream and try to click
I'll
again
come
if you
back.
can hear.
I'll come back. Don't worry. I'll come back.
Okay. Okay. And so someone says my son is still waiting for his stimulus check. I should ask Gucci man. Oh my god. Okay. Interesting. Gucci man is in the custody of Interpol. Only when is football on, my dear? I don't know what that means. Who comes on social media to expose themselves? Tell you who? A total dummy and imbecile, a fool that criminalizes themselves to the public. And this, I pin this point because a lot of people were saying the same thing, that why did he have to put his lavish lifestyle on social media? You see, but that again is the question. A lot of people think that when, putting their life on social media will validate them. I don't know who they try to make the, prove the point to, or why people feel they need to seek validation from others. The wealth you have, let me tell you something. Nigeria has the richest man in Africa, or the richest black man now, or so. Aliko Dangote. A lot of you people must have heard about him, Aliko Dangote. I don't think Dangote is even on social media. The last time I checked, I saw that because he has a foundation, the Aliko Dangote Foundation. I saw that the official account of the foundation is where you even get to see, okay, this is Aliko Dangote, the richest man in Africa, or is it the richest black man now? Look at just one picture. Can you see that? Just one picture on his Instagram, and it's a verified account. Look at, he has 181,000 followers. It's a verified account. That's Aliko Dangote, commander of the Order of the Niger. He has a national honor conferred on him as the commander. This is CON, commander of the Order of the Niger. It's one of the national honors that are conferred on Nigerian citizens, citizens who have distinguished themselves in every field that they are in. And just one picture there, and one, he's not following anybody, but he has 181,000 people following him. You can see there, entrepreneur, philanthropist, global business owner, and enthusiast, Dangote Group. That's what you see there. He doesn't have the need to put any lavish pictures or all of those information there to seek validation, because he knows he has. Okay, so when you look at Dangote Foundation, Dangote Group, the account, Dangote Group, you have 94,000 people following, and then you see the post that made there. That is where you get to see pictures of him, his work, and all of that on the Dangote Group official page. That's what you see. So a lot of people were questioning that why did he have to put his lavish lifestyle out there, to seek validation from who? But that's what many people do. And I don't know if this happens in other parts of the world, maybe in America, UK, or all of those places. But a lot of Nigerians have this need. Nigerian celebrities, Nigerian people feel like there's a need for them to put their wealth out there to seek validation. You see Nigerian celebrities taking pictures in private jets, putting on social media, lavish lifestyle, just putting it there. And then a lot of people see this thing, and I'm not discrediting them. These celebrities, these Nigerian celebrities that you see, and you see them put their lavish lifestyles on Facebook, majority of them are really doing legitimate businesses. Some of them are actors, actresses, entrepreneurs, captains of industries and name it. They are doing legitimate businesses. I'm not discrediting them. I'm not taking that away from them. But you see, excuse me, when they put their lifestyle that they are able to sustain as a result of their legitimate businesses, legitimate jobs, other people see this and want to be like them, you know, without being willing to put in the work that these people have put in for years. Like I said, these are people who have put in years of work to earn whatever it is they've earned for themselves now, and they flaunt on social media. But when some people see this information out there, they just want to wake up overnight and live that kind of lavish lifestyle. So they want to do everything possible, the hard and fast route out, you know, to be able to earn that lifestyle and to put it out there on social media. And that's where the pressure comes in. People now start getting into maybe criminal activities, committing fraud just to be like the other person who is putting their legitimate lavish lifestyle on social media. It's so unfortunate, honestly. And young people especially are falling victims to this kind of mindset, you know, seeing that, oh, there's this common saying in Nigeria that I must hammer. Means if I go hammer, that is, I'm also going to make it. So I go hammer, I go make that is, I'll also be rich, I'll also be wealthy. This is someone who probably doesn't have a job, or who just started a business, or who just got a job somehow but already wants to, you know, make a lot of money and live a lavish lifestyle. And I think this is not just in Nigeria, it's probably happening in other parts of the world as well. But it's important for us to understand that there is time for everything. If you're engaged in a legitimate hustle, a legitimate business or job, or whatever it is you are doing, it's just a matter of time and patience. You are going to get a reward for what you are doing. You might not make the kind of money that billionaires or millionaires have made or are making, but you at least earn something reasonably enough to cater to your essential needs and be a blessing to somebody out there, without having to put yourself in a position where eventually you fall into the justice system and have to deal with serving a life sentence for committing a crime, you know. So welcome back, Flo.
Hi, how are you?
Fine,
Yeah,
welcome back.
no, the problem with people like Hushpuppi and all those things, they like to live large and live large very fast, you know. And anybody who earns legitimate money, like my father used to say, if you have suffered to make a pound, you will learn how to respect money. So the way he's spending it on Gucci, Balenciaga, Castel Barjac, Bentley, Phantom, God knows what. How many cars does one human being need to walk around? Is it one for your right leg, one for your left leg, and whatever? Even true millionaires don't have that sort of money. They don't. Seriously, can you hear me? They don't. True millionaires and billionaires do not spend that type of money. So I don't understand how people think that take other people, because psychologically, when they post Instagram, they make other people feel inadequate. You understand? Because some people are thinking, well, if you can get it, so I can get it. But the thing is, the source of your income is very, very important on every possible level you can imagine. Very, very important. You are not legitimately working hard for that money, but yet you keep flashing it as if you suffered for it. But Hushpuppi, where are you running to? We are the same race. Everybody is trying to come from. If you come from poverty, you come from a permanent recession in your life anyway. Because if your parents were poor and your parents' parents were poor, and you have the dream to make it, if you decide to work legitimately, you can make that money. And trust me, when you suffer to make money, no matter what happens, you will not be flashing it like that. You will never be flashing it. Dangote is a prime example. man borrowed money from his uncle to start his business. Do you see Dangote flash you how many cars he has? He doesn't. Genuine money doesn't make noise. Seriously, genuine money doesn't make noise. It is the nouveau riche and the people who steal it that make a lot of noise with their money. It is not rich people. This is not the first time that Hushpuppi has been accused of crime and has been suspected of crime, because there was that other guy, Ismail Momfa, or whatever it was, the Lebanese guy that lived in the penthouse in Echo Towers, blah, 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 blah. Apparently a known associate. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. That's all I can tell you. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are.
Yes, and talking about friends, I think according to the information that is being put out there, he was picked alongside his friend in Dubai. So he has friends that, you know, they've been living the same lavish lifestyle together, and people have been calling this in question. You can see someone just I posted this comment here that Hushman wouldn't step foot in Nigeria because they've been waiting and looking for him. He was staying away from Nigeria on purpose for a while now. So this is one of the thing that people have been saying in the country, that, you know, he was living in Dubai. He wasn't living in Nigeria because the EFCC, and for those of you who are Nigerians and do not know, EFCC is an anti-graft agency of the federal government of Nigeria that prosecutes, investigates and prosecutes matters related to financial and economic crimes. So once they pick you up, they investigate you. If you're found guilty, you are made to serve a jail term. So he was staying away from Nigeria allegedly because he was under the or the EFCC's radar, and they were just waiting for when he was going to step foot into the country and they'll pick him up. So eventually the Interpol has picked him up, and he didn't get to come back to Nigeria. Now they've picked him up and taken him to America. I wish I could get a legal person on the show here, a Nigerian legal practitioner, to give us like a legal background to this story. I would probably get somebody to come up and discuss the legal implication of this in the previous or in the next stream, what this means. Is there any process for probably extraditing him, bringing him back to Nigeria? I would like to know, and I'm sure a lot of people would like to know, or is the American government going to try him and sentence him to prison in America? Or is there a legal provision for the American government to hand him over to the Nigerian government to try him in Nigeria and get him to serve his jail term in Nigeria? So I'm going to get a legal person to come on the show and give us legal perspective to this story. Yeah, so yes.
It could be involved though, because he could get extradited, but if he has committed fraud somewhere else, like a European country, apart from America, then they're not going to release him to Nigeria just like that. It's not going to happen, because I used to work for the courts and I'm French. Interpol is a French agency. And normally, if the normal police, if things surpass the normal police and fraud squad in France, and you go to the international agency, which is Interpol, which covers the whole world, you're in trouble. You're not coming back. Seriously, Grace, you're not coming back. Once Interpol gets involved, that is one of the highest agencies in all of Europe, all over the globe. Once your matter gets there, you are not coming back. Because Interpol looks at crimes like, you know, these organizations that have pedophile rings all over the world, from England to Albania to Russia to whatever. They will investigate you. They don't care if it takes them 5 years, 10 years. At the moment they succeed in catching you and they catch you, it is simply because they have a wealth of evidence against you, which is incontrovertible, and you cannot even fight against it. They have all the evidence they need. So if Interpol is involved, Hushpuppi is doing. He's not coming back. Even the Nigerian government will probably have to make a deal, but I doubt it, because the crime committed in the US will supersede that committed in Nigeria. So the US will probably argue that they need to put him in American jail first for 10 years, 20 years, and then when they release him, they will send him straight to the EFCC, and then the EFCC will make him pay for his own crime in Nigeria. That's what's going to happen. That's how it works.
Interesting. Wow.
Because you know they've got Trump, Donald Trump. There is no way that guy, and maybe even the Arabs might opt for after the crimes in the US, if he's committed any crimes in Dubai, because he's going to get investigated for whatever he was doing in Dubai. And if with the Arabs he's committed a crime, the Arabs may ask for him to do a prison sentence. So this guy could be listed for 3 different international prison sentences.
Okay. So, like me, I said, once someone commits a crime, then they pay for their crime, they face the law, because everyone knows that crime comes with punishment. If you keep committing a crime, eventually you get picked for the crime and you have to face the law. It's so unfortunate. When I heard the news, I was just thinking that what that lead people to committing this kind of criminal act, and they never stop until the law catches up with them. Why? Because people might give different reasons. Poverty might be one of them, but not the only poor person. There are a lot of people who are probably not poor, but do not have as much, but have reasonable enough to go by, but who are striving legitimately to improve their circumstances. Why do people have to, have to engage in criminal activities in order to live a lavish lifestyle?
Well, some people need to keep up with the Joneses. That's the problem with the whole world. Some people need to keep up with the Joneses. Have you ever been to Dubai?
No.
Have you ever been to Dubai?
No, I haven't.
Well, Dubai is one of the worst places, because if you're one of those people who is in want, Dubai is not a country you should go to, because you will do the unthinkable to keep up the same lavish lifestyle as the people in Dubai. Dubai is a very artificial town. I mean, that place is so fake. I'm telling you, it's even a miracle to find a sincere friend in Dubai. It's very fake. Some people even drive in their Bentleys with a leopard. They do. Who does that? A leopard chained up in your Bentley. Who does that? Most people who drive a Rolls Royce or a Bentley don't even want their girlfriends to brush their weave inside their car. But yet some people take animals, dangerous animals at that, and drive them like they're puppies inside their cars. It's not a sincere lifestyle. And some people, unfortunately, suffer from greed. For me, the fact that it's Nigerian is purely accidental, because I have seen white people who have committed worse crime than him. Anyway, to be honest, but people never want to talk about it. As long as it's a black person, oh yeah, let's have a field day. And then if it's a Nigerian, oh, let's have that conversation. But the thing that I reproach a lot of Nigerian fraudsters who go abroad to try and make it is that you have the brain to succeed. You understand? Because it takes a particular form of intelligence to use the internet in such a clever way that you can extract money from
unsuspecting people. You understand? So that type of guy would actually be good working for a top international bank in the anti-fraud department. Those type of guys, they would be good at it because it takes a thief to catch a thief. And I know some companies, I have friends who are professional hackers and they work for major banks, and the amount of money they make, you wouldn't believe it. But if you see these guys, they're the classic nerds. They only wear a t-shirt and jeans, they look like nothing. But yet these people earn more money than Hushpuppi and Wizkid. But their lifestyle is very humble. That's the thing. So I am not advocating anybody there to go and do anything. I beg. I don't encourage crime. But all I'm saying is that if you are going to commit a crime and take a certain amount of money, you have to control your greed. From that point on, use that money to do something useful with your life and get out of the criminal activities you've been taken in. Okay? I only know, because when I was working in the courts, I'm not going to say why, I only know one fraudster who was very honest with me. And he said to me, listen, my wife knows that what I do, the occupational hazard, is going to jail. Okay? This guy was smart though, about the fraud that he was doing, because you'd be surprised that half of these fraudsters do it with the people who work in the bank that you bank with. That's how they get access to thousands of pounds. Because some people don't do, because he told me point blank, said, you have a choice in life when you open a bank account these days, yeah? You can do the analog, when you go into the bank, you do your banking, blah, blah, blah. So even if they offer you internet banking, yeah, there is a way in which you can stop your bank, yeah, from opening internet banking facilities for you, yeah, with strict orders that you don't do that because too many people have too many passwords. And most of us will not remember that you have a different code for this card, Access Bank, GT Bank, NatWest, Barclays, whatever. And they keep telling you, for your own security, do not use the same number across all your cards so that when you go and withdraw your money is safe. You understand?
Yeah.
Some people, unfortunately, will use the same number and still tell their daughter, their son, their friend, or whatever, so they can actually be robbed of their card by a close family member. That happens. But people like Hushpuppi, what I don't understand is, you have all this money that you made. How and why did you get greedy? How many Gucci's, how many Balenciagas, how many Fendis can you die with and be buried with? Do you take these things to heaven? I don't understand. You don't take these things to heaven. When you die, it's just one suit they put on you, one shirt, one pair of shoes. After that, they bury you or they burn your body. So all your possessions that you either have relatives that come and fight for your possessions, or you have the government also that comes to take its cut from your possessions because you need to pay taxes before you die. At least that's what happens in Europe. So exactly how much Balenciaga, how much Fendi, how many Rolexes do you need? How many Tagua do you need to wear on your body for you to be satisfied? I don't understand. I don't. So I'm not surprised he got caught. I'm not surprised he got caught. And it was not very smart of him to escape the EFCC in Nigeria, go and base yourself in Dubai, which is an Islamic country, and you know what their punishment is. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Your tongue, if it's your tongue that is bothering you when you're talking too much nonsense, you can even cut it legally and there's nothing you can do. You understand? You steal, the hand that you used to steal is the hand that they will cut off. Why would you do that? Then you travel to America. America has a clear economic agreement with the Middle East, okay? for crimes and for finances. So that's already a country that has extradition agreement with the USA. So you cannot go and steal in the USA, come back to Dubai and think that you are safe. It's not going to happen. Why did you think that accountants that used to steal from famous people, yeah, used to go to Brazil or Colombia? It's because these countries historically have an argument with America. So they will not extradite anybody back to America. They will not do it. So Hushpuppi was a fool. That's just simple and short. I'm sorry, but he was a fool. And if anybody takes exception to what I'm saying, I'm just speaking the truth. He was an idiot. We don't do that. If you're going to be a thief, then you move to a country, goes to a country that has no extradition agreement. You understand? Yeah. Switzerland, when Nigerian government used to steal from Nigeria, they used to put all their money in Swiss banks for many, many decades. Yeah? No government could access those Swiss accounts to get back the money that was stolen until eventually they got into political talks and agreements, blah, 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 with Switzerland. And now the Swiss banks have agreed to open those accounts, yeah, and release those funds to those governments. You understand? America too has the same agreement with Nigeria as well for, you know, all the ex-government people that stole. You understand? So there is an extradition agreement between Nigeria and America anyway. So even if you commit a crime and go and live in a penthouse in Florida or whatever, if Nigeria can prove to the the FBI,
American
that
government.
that you have committed those crimes, the FBI has the right to go and seize all those properties, push you out of it, put you in jail, put you in the next flight back to Nigeria, directly into the hands of the EFCC. Yeah, your properties, they will put them up for sale. All proceeds from there, they will double check and see if you haven't defrauded America whilst you were staying there. They will take their cut, and then the rest of it, they will give it back to Nigeria. That's what they do. So it wasn't very smart for Hushpuppi to do this nonsense with a country that has an extradition agreement with America. You understand? Me, I reproach these Yahoo boys because if you have the brain to understand binary, which is computer language, if you have the brain to be able to charmingly defraud somebody, I would actually beg you to go and get a job in one of those top major banks because they have a fraud issue. And it takes a thief to catch a thief. You understand? Not somebody who went to Harvard or is sitting there because he learned a little bit of computer. It takes a thief to catch a thief. In Russia, if you go to their main banks, it's ex-thieves that actually work there in the anti-fraud department, catching other thieves because they know all the tricks. Seriously, they know all the tricks.
Right. So, and that's true because before now, like you said, we had a lot of politicians who were always stealing and stealing and hiding their money. But lately, I think as a result of the extradition agreement the government Nigeria has with America, a lot of these monies have been recovered. Here in the news that properties belonging to an any official or politician was seized in America or the UK, and it's being sold, and the government has recovered some amount of money from this person's account. That person was probably an ex-government official or politician, like I've been saying. So, It's so unfortunate, really. It's so unfortunate that we have Nigerian citizens engaging in this kind of criminal activities and just constantly tarnishing our image as Nigerians and putting that negative stereotype on that collective nationality that all of us have. So you go out there and you introduce yourself as a Nigerian, this person looking at you with your eyebrows raised, oh, Nigerian, okay. They are being a little more careful with you, you know. So that's what we need to really address because we shouldn't let greed dip our hands in crime. We shouldn't let greed dip our hands in things that will lead to our downfall. You know. So I like what you said. If you have the brain, you understand binary, and you can do all of this, then get the job or channel it, do something productive, innovative, invent something, using that knowledge of binary and all that you have, use it to help something. You know, instead of using it to commit crime. We need that technical know-how. You can set up something and teach people. You know, teach people how to understand coding, how to do coding. You can earn an income from there.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because I mean, if you go to countries like the Netherlands, Sweden, Norway, and all those places, yeah, do you know that they're now teaching 6-year-olds how to do code?
That's how it should be because the world is becoming a global village. So it's better to catch them young.
Exactly. So I mean, somebody like Hushpuppi, I'm not saying if you don't want to be a lecturer, you don't have to be a lecturer. But you understand coding. This is somebody who has the ability to even build apps to help many different businesses. You understand? Because now everybody needs an app. There's an app for everything. You go online shopping, that particular company has an app. You go to a bank, that bank too has an app. You want to do money transfer, they have app. You understand? We have app ad nauseam. So we are spoiled for choice with apps. You want to buy shoes, you want to see how you would look in a virtual outfit. There is an app for it. You understand? You want app, you want to decorate your house. There are no apps that you can put in your mobile phone. It will take the measurement of your room and then transpose the image and the look of your future kitchen before you even put a lick of paint on it. So if you have that sort of brain, why did you not use it? I can look. Don't get me wrong. I can understand a crime of desperation where maybe you get to Obodoyibo, you understand, and things are hard. You cannot get even a small job, whatever. Then out of desperation, maybe somebody's teaching you one little yahoo like that. Yeah? Okay, let's say hypothetically, let's say that on your first try of yahoo, you now get 10,000 when you thought you could only get 1,000. You understand? That 10,000 pounds, if you invest it in something smart, it can take you much further than you keeping the 10,000, going to a bar with your friends, shacking gulda, left, right, and center, getting drunk, getting some girl, coming home, then thinking you wake up in the morning, you go to Abin and Louis Vuitton or whatever, go and buy the next watch because you've been eyeing that watch since kinikon time. You understand? I don't understand that thing. Take that money, invest it in something solid for yourself, you understand? Because you have not been caught on. So take that little money and go and invest in something solid for yourself and stop this yahoo thing, move away from it, even disassociate from your friends who know that you have done it. You understand? Distance yourself and set up something solid. But no, you don't do that. This Hushpuppi himself, his mother, as he built a mansion with all this Gucci, Balenciaga, diamond for hand, for ear, for wherever, as he built his mother a mansion. We don't know.
The thing is that a lot of people don't even know much about him. Like I said, I really don't know much about him. And the only information he puts out there is, the lavish lifestyle, like I've been saying. So if you look at his Instagram, because he's more active on Instagram, what you're going to see is the lavish lifestyle that he portrays there. So not much is known about him in terms of his investments, his family, and all of that. He's just there at Hushpuppi, this lavish person that displays lavish lifestyle on social media, who lives in Dubai and once in a while comments on controversial issues in Nigeria. Like when this Black Lives Matter issue started, he actually put a post out there that if you are bleaching, you should not post or participate in the Black Lives Matter. It sounds funny, but anyway, that's another conversation to be had. So but he once in a while he comments on controversial issues, trending issues in Nigeria, even though he's in but he's this person there, like just hot like we have been saying, as well. Someone has said that why did Hushpuppi not invest money in one of the African countries, even if it's just schools that are existing or build hospitals? So that's the point. A lot of people make money, but the plan is not really to impact society. The plan is not to impact the lives of the less privileged. People make money, and it's all about me, myself, I, just about them, and sometimes the family. So they do not care about the price of the less privileged society. So not even investment, and maybe thinking about a long-term plan on how they can, make their wealth last past them. That. So I can't want to say what he has invested in as a person. I can't point out to any charity that he has been supporting and all of that. I can't point out to any schools or hospitals that he has built anywhere. I don't even know which part of Nigeria he's from. I think he's a Yoruba person. I really can't say, but that's not even important here. The important thing is that he has committed crimes, and that's unacceptable. He has been arrested, and you need to have conversations. So the need to impress people on social media should not lead people to committing crimes, because some people, like I've been saying, their goal is, I want to make money, I want to hammer, like I'm saying, I want to hammer, I will hammer. People say, if I don't arrive, that I don't arrive mentality is what is leading when they see people displaying this sort of lavish lifestyles on social media, then they want to be like that. So this goes back again, like when I have all these conversations, I always go back to the family setting. It's important for parents, for guidance, to give their children a right counsel, train them in a way that they need to find validation in themselves and in what they can legitimately achieve for themselves, not seeking validation from people, because seeking validation from people is what leads people to commit some of these crimes. By all means, if I do this and people see me as a wealthy person, or people see me as a big boy or a big girl, then I'm a big boy. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to. You don't need anybody's validation. Else, why would Hushpuppi be posting his lavish lifestyle on social media and just rubbing it in people's faces? It's the need for public validation, which for me is just crazy and foolish. You shouldn't seek that validation from anybody, and let children, let young people take pride in working legitimately, in channeling their skills, their knowledge, and whatever talents they have into making legitimate income and impacting society. Let people understand that your wealth is not for yourself alone. You have been blessed so that you can bless other people, you can reach out to other people, not to lavishly spend on designer clothes, design lavish lifestyle. What for? At the end of the day, you end up in trouble because your money in the first place is questionable. You've defrauded people. So it's quite unfortunate, really. And we have young people who, like someone said earlier in the chat room, a lot of people look up to these individuals as role models, and it's important to also let our children know who they look up to as role models. Just teach children, let children select role models are people who have legitimately worked and have carved a niche or earned a name for themselves, who can point to how they made their monies and the investments that they've made in several areas of the economy, in the contributions they've made to society. Those are the kind of people we should look up to as role models, not people with questionable wealth, someone who cannot explain how they got their wealth. That's not the kind of person you should look up to. And the need, the seeking validation in material possession is also another aspect that we need to look at. you know material possessions do not determine a person. It's the quality of your person, your character, how you can impact society. What can you do to change the world, to change the community that you live in? Those are the things, the values that we should be: honesty, integrity, hard work, accountability. Those are the values that children should be emulating, not this nonsense that people portray on social media, on mainstream media, and then children see, young people see, and want to be like them. And I'm not by any means implying that being wealthy or having, living a lavish lifestyle is bad. I'm not by any means implying that. So far as your money is legitimate and you can prove how you make your money, by all means, spend it the way you want. It is your money. But when it becomes questionable, that is where the problem lies.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you.
What Temilade was saying was the truth. Saying about investing. You understand? Take the little initial one, go and do something. But he got busy, he got comfortable, he got lazy. That's really the problem. That's what I reproach all those Yahoo people. Because if you did something, there are people in Nigeria, in Gambia, who live in the most appalling conditions.
Oh, so unfortunate. Your phrasing.
And can build housing for them, social housing. Yeah, to help them out. You understand? You are blessed to bless others, because all this money you know go carry you go heaven. There is no way. You understand?
Exactly.
More diamonds than you can find in a mine for human body like this, and he walks around like it's nothing. The man is not afraid of being mugged. What is he, a ritualist? What is he? What gives you that confidence to walk around like that? You are covered in clean from head to foot. Then I don't know. They're now saying that the man is a mystery. No.
Your audio is going in and out. I can't hear you. I like the comment that this person posted here, that the whole tribe held one person accountable for a crime. That's how we used to operate till the colonizers came. And I agree with you 100%. Traditional African society was one that held people held each other accountable. So that's why there's this popular saying in Nigeria, in Africa, that it takes a village to raise a child. So even a child that was born, did not just belong to one person or to the parents alone or to the immediate family. The child was seen as the child of the entire village or the entire community. So if you found a child erring, you had the right to correct that child. If you found a child missing, you could take that child and then help the child, bring the child back to the child's home. That's how the system of accountability was run in traditional African society until this colonial and Western influence, where everyone now is living life on their own, or that's none of my business. Let me mind my own business. And that's why a lot of things are happening, and a lot of people keep quiet with this new Western mindset of it's none of my business. Let them do their own, it's their own, this is them, this is me, and all of that. But that was not how traditional African society operated. We held each other accountable. When you saw one person doing something bad, you would caution that person. You would remind a person of social values or social morals, that this thing you've done is not right and you have to do it right. Someone would correct an erring child, and that child would take it gracefully. The parents of that child will support that person to correct the child that had done a wrong thing. But now, like I've been saying, that has changed. People say, this is not my child, or I beg, it's none of my business. So we have lost our values. We have lost that sense of community, that sense of value that we shared. That's why a lot of these things are happening, because a child will be, you will see a child doing something bad, and then as an adult, you try to correct that child. Now the child will say, you are not my mommy, you are not my daddy, it's none of your business. But that's the kind of mindset that we've not cultivated as Africans, which is bad. It's bad. It's important for us to return back to our traditional cultural values. We had a lot of values that helped to, ensure sanity in society. But all of that has changed.
Well, yeah. But at the end of the day, if you truly respected your parents, would you like your parents to come and visit you in jail? That's the thing, isn't it?
I like this comment here. Tune Forward. By the way, Tune Forward is my friend George, and George just released the book that is very interesting. I'm waiting for George. If you are still in the house, let me know. I was going to send you a chat to find out if the link where people can go buy the book is up already, so that I can put that information on my social media, so that people who want to buy the book can go and buy. If you are coming to my channel for the first time, that's today is your first time coming to my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe. And when you subscribe, click on the bell so you get notified each time I upload videos or go live, like I'm live now. And then of course, share this video, share this live stream. This is an important conversation we are having, so let more people come in and share on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram if possible. Share on your WhatsApp, the WhatsApp groups you belong to, and on your WhatsApp status. Just share it everywhere. Let's have more people. So Him Forward just says there was a time when being ashamed was enough to when being shamed was enough to keep Nigerians from immoral activity or ill-gotten money. Exactly. Just the fear or the knowledge that if I do this thing, they are going to shame me. Publicly, they will shame me. In back there in traditional Nigerian societies, if someone, for instance, committed a crime of say stealing, the person would be paraded around the village square or paraded around the community with the item that person stole. The person will be paraded with it and be shamed by the community publicly, and that was enough to serve as a deterrent to people and to prevent people from committing those crimes and all. But all of that has changed. All of that has changed a lot, and that's why there's no more that sense of community accountability. People have this sense of this increasing sense of individuality. It's none of your business, it's my life, it's my child, it's my family. No, put your mouth for my matter, concern you. How this one take concern you now, all of that. And that's why people feel like they can do things and just get away with them, because it's none of your business, it's none of my business. Even when people see someone doing something wrong, they keep quiet because I beg, oh, me I no want their wahala, me person no call insult me, ma they mind my own business, you know, all of that mindset. Honestly, that is what is happening now.
Yeah, but some people too have corrupt parents. Some people have corrupt parents as well. There are some parents who don't mind if they suffer to send their children abroad and the children end up being drug lords. As long as they bring in the money and give them a standard of living, they will not moralize their child. But I have a different set of parents. My parents were very strict. I mean, I was lucky with my parents, you know. My father schooled abroad in a very famous school, and he came, he could feed his 4 children, he could feed his wife. His wife didn't need to eat, but he instilled in us a sense of respect and fear of the legacy of his name. You understand? So even when we were sent abroad away from our parents, committing a crime, even stealing one sweet like this, you will tremble at the thought of what will happen if they informed your parents. And I know my father is the type, he doesn't talk a lot, but if he takes a plane to come and meet you in France because he's heard that you've stolen a sweet, then you wish that you died right there and then. So that fear, even as an adult, even as an adult today, I cannot do prison for a day. Because every time I think of my family name, you know, in Africa, people identify you by your family name. You understand? So if you don't understand the importance of your family name, you understand what I mean? Then you've got nothing to lose. But there's some people's names that have legacies. So you are morally bound. I remember one time this experience when I came to England. I didn't know, yeah, that one of my cousins was actually the ambassador in one of the embassies I happened to go into. And when I went to the Gabon embassy, the first thing when they saw me, they go, "Aren't you the child of Mr. So and so?" And I was thinking, at this my age, I don't bite 30. They're still talking to me about my parents. But I'm responsible for me. You understand? But they were still talking to me about my parents. So I was looking at them as like, yes. And I said, this is not about my dad, though. I came here for a personal business. They said, by your dad, there's an autobiography about his name, what he did for the country when he came back from France and he had his education. So you know that basically what they're telling you is that there is an onus on you as the child of that person to succeed in life. There's onus on you and an expected responsibility not to shame the legacy of your parents and their forefathers before them. There is that onus, and that onus alone is what has kept me from prison. Because I would rather struggle to make my money legitimately. Yes, sometimes like everybody else, entrepreneur, I have a business on the side and I work for a white corporation. Sometimes I get frustrated though. I get frustrated and I will ask Jesus that, wait till happen. How can they suffer? When are you doing? You understand? Because how much more suffer? Is another 5 years, another 10 years or whatever? I get my frustration. But would I go to? No, because when I started my jewelry business, I'll tell you a quick story. I had a guy, unfortunately a Nigerian, yeah, after I suffered many years to not only to go and study after work and everything else, I was doing night school to learn about jewelry and precious stones. One Nigerian guy comes up to me, says to me, "Oh, I have some diamonds for you." And I said to him, "Okay, yeah, I can deal with diamonds." Then he goes to me, "But I want them on jeans, I want them on watches, and I want them on another item, but I need to check with my client what it is." And I said, "Okay, I can do that." I said to him, out of curiosity, where do the diamonds come from? The guy now tells me that the diamonds are coming from Sierra Leone. Now, what is the historic legacy of the diamonds coming from Sierra Leone? I be there no be blood diamond. You see, Grace, they're blood diamonds. So already my conscience went like, my friend, do you have certificate of legitimacy? Every diamond you get from a mine has to have a certificate. He said to me, why are you worried about certificates? And don't worry about that. We have the diamonds, the person brought them. We just need to put them on these items. This is how much we'll pay you. And I was thinking the audacity of it. When they have used 5-year-old children, 5-year-olds to polish and cut those diamonds, because children's hands are so tiny that they're more precise than adults. If you know the diamond business, they're more precise than adults when they're filing these things. But do you know that even if one speck of diamond dust ends up on these little children, they are seized by officers, they are shaken left, right, and center, even down to naked. They don't even have the dust of the diamonds on their clothing. But if they see that there's dust, even of diamonds in their pocket, they can cut off the hand of that child. But their parents depend on that child for a living. You understand? So for me, I told the guy that, listen, no amount of money will make me deal with blood diamonds. I know fit. If I don't see a certificate, I can't do the work. And you know, the funny thing was, it was at the time, a crucial time for my business, where I really could have done with the money because of the idea that I had. But I let pass by 50,000 pounds because of fear of God and moral principle. Somebody else would have taken the opportunity and said, waiting concerns me. It concerns me. It concerns me. If a 5-year-old is suffering anywhere in the world, especially in the land of my ancestors, yeah, to bring this diamond for white people.
Oh, her audio is going out. I can't hear her again. Unfortunately, I can't hear her. So if you can hear me, maybe you should log out and click back again, because I can't hear you. So I like this point by the superior class. The superior class is the ancestors had gold, beautiful clothes, nice things. Be lavish is our culture. Yes, I'm not disputing that. I mean, it's there culturally. We have very beautiful and lavish cultures. Even in Nigeria, you have extravagant, elaborate cultural attires, cultural displays, you know, and all of that. We have a lot of wealth in Africa. Our ancestors lived lavish lifestyles and all, but they did that with their legitimate wealth. That's the point. That's the underlying excuse me. Oh. I need water. Sorry. That's the underlying, the bottom line there is lavish. You know, is legitimate. Our ancestors lived these lavish lifestyles with legitimate money that they made. You know, my maternal grandfather, for instance, was a very wealthy man. I always say this. He was a very wealthy man. He had 7 wives and he had about 3 concubines. And my parents, they were about 30 or so that were born, and we grandchildren have lost count of we grandchildren. That is my maternal grandfather. He was that wealthy, but his money was legitimate. He made his money legitimately from doing businesses. And back then, traditional African society, and I can speak especially for thief people, my people, they you know, they were predominantly farmers. So in order to have labor for their agriculture, you know, having labor for farm work and all of that, they kept large families, and those large families meant that more wives, more children, more labor, you know, free labor on the farm. So in addition to being their children, their wives and all of that, these were the people who provided the labor. So my maternal grandfather, like I said, for instance, was a wealthy man, and he made his money, you know, legitimately. So he could, you know, afford the lavish lifestyle and all. I grew up, I didn't meet him alive, but that was a story that was told by him that I heard, and I saw the properties and all of those things that he left behind. And I saw my maternal grandmothers, step grandmothers, live, dress lavishly, had properties, had expensive clothes, had money, and all of that. I'm not disputing that, but on the line there, the bottom line there is legitimate money. That is what we are talking about. And that is why the wealth of Hushpuppi, for instance, has been called to question, because a lot of people can't exactly say how he made his money. And like I've been saying, even though he said he's a real estate mogul, like he's into real estate and all, people still um, couldn't account for, he couldn't really account for how he was making such huge amounts of money. So someone says, could the tribe have prevented his greed? To a large extent, when you talk about the values that traditionally were upheld by traditional African societies, the fact that values were upheld, and when someone was found deviating, it was the collective effort of society to correct that person, to bring that person back into, back in line and get the person going. And there's this sense of greed. I think I should even address it. Based on traditional African society, having and sharing was something that was encouraged greatly. So people encouraged to share what they had with others. So I, for instance, could go to my neighbor's house to ask for maybe salt. Maybe I was cooking and I found out that I was out of salt midway as I was cooking. I could quickly send a child or go myself to my neighbor's house to ask for salt to add to the food I was cooking and to eat. So there was this collective sense of community, sharing whatever you have, encouraged to share. And again, it brought the questioning of collectively correcting one another. So this issue of greed, would we could take care of it if somehow we go back to that sense of community, that sense of accountability that we shared as Africans prior to now. Understanding that I don't have to amass too much, I have to share what I have with the other person, and having little is okay, not aspiring to just get everything for myself at the expense of the other, even going as far as doing it illegitimately. Those were discouraged. So yes, to answer your question, Miss Cardio, that could probably have been prevented. But you see, this, like I said earlier, this sense of individuality, is my business, it's not your business and all, is something that has taken over the minds of people. We do not know the true methods. For all we know, he could have been a major drug lord or drug kingpin. Probably. Lavish lifestyles on the one hand and poverty on the other. Question is, why a lavish lifestyle and no provision for prosperity for all? I think that's also a valid question. This just goes back to what I've been saying, basically. So, even our leaders, we have some politicians who do this same thing. I know of a popular Nigerian politician who is in this, who is on this table. I don't want to mention their names, but those of you who are Nigerians would know the person I'm referring to. That's a, I'm not saying that he's coming on or anything, but this just shows that even our government, our leaders, our politicians, some of them, this same mindset of amassing wealth for themselves and living this lavish lifestyle has consumed them as well. They go into, politics, and they want to lead, not because they want to serve the people, but they want to amass wealth. They want to partake in the um partake of the national cake, as is referred to in Nigeria, you know, the oil money, the national cake and all of that. So they amass all of that money and then they are displaying it on social media and just putting it out there. Some of them do it low key anyway. But that's it. There's a former government minister who has been in the news lately, or since she left office. She was accused of embezzling. In fact, the money is even so much, I can't even remember the exact amount, but it was so much, huge amounts of money. Recently we got the news that she cannot be prosecuted again because she's no longer a Nigerian citizen. She has become a citizen of one of these you know, countries abroad. So you see, that's what we are talking about. If you're talking legitimate, the whole system of the West is based on stealing from Africa. Yeah, but we do not have to encourage that necessarily. How about Nigeria investing in more barber shops and beauty shops with various hair colors, textures, styles, and cuts? Matthew Man, are you asking about Nigerians investing more in this business, or I don't understand quite clearly what your question means. Long as his drugs don't have evil stuff in it, he good fent. Okay, can't read that. Let me see if I can read more. How about stuff such as pottery, sculptures? Can't Nigerians go back to those traditional, original methods? Of course, why not? Why not? We have to encourage people to do that. We have to. We do not know the true methods. For all we know, he could have been okay. I read that. Making money legitimately without scamming, thievery, bribery, and embezzlement. That's how you sleep peacefully at night. Exactly, exactly. That's how you sleep peacefully at night. If you want to come up on the show, I'm dropping the link there. I'll be here just a few more minutes before I go. African Tigress is here, being here on and off. Oh wow, thank you so much for coming there. African Tigress is my sister. African Tigress, are you still in the house? Let me know, and I would like for you to also come up on the show just briefly. So please, there, if you are still in the chat room, click on the link and join me. This is an important conversation, and I think it's something that you should also talk about on your platform. So African Tigress is also a content creator, amazing person. She's my sister. She talks a lot about African and, you know, Pan-African issues, and does a lot on the diaspora issues as well. She does live streams every day, so definitely check her out as well. African Tigress, if you are still in the house, please click on the link and let's hang out briefly before you go. So as we speak, Hushpuppi, aka Gucci Man, is in America. Let me call it in the words of a popular Nigerian character in on TV, Jennifer. She says it's America. So Hushpuppi is now in America, and the Interpol picked him for alleged fraud. You know. So the Interpol picked him in Dubai. He was living in Dubai, and he's going to face the course of the law there. There is no love of country among Nigerians, and we have governments that are greedy, and the government knows they can get away with it because there's no accountability. 100%, I agree with you on that. Temilade Alamudun, I agree with you on that. The government now knows that these people are tired of us, so let's just continue doing whatever it is we are doing. They are not going to hold us accountable, so they keep just, you know, doing their things and getting away. If you've not given this stream a like, definitely give it a thumbs up. You guys know the drill already. You know how we do it, and like I've been saying, share it. Share this stream on your social media, and, you know, let's have more people coming. I uploaded a video shortly before I came up on this live stream, so if you've not seen the video, definitely go watch that video. Immediately I closed from work and got home, I sat down, recorded that video, uploaded it, and then I came live to have this conversation with you. So a lot of you have not seen it, so definitely check the video out. It's an interesting story. I love this story, and I had to share this story with you because I love things like that. So just go there and watch the video. I think I should drop the link here so that people who want to watch it can just click on it and watch. So I'm going to copy the link and drop in the chat room as well so that you can click on it to watch. And if you are coming by my channel for the first time today and you've not subscribed, definitely click the subscribe button, and when you click on it, just click on the bell. That way you will get notified each time I upload new videos or I do a live stream like this. Someone is asking, do Nigerians themselves actually benefit from the Nollywood film industry? Benefits, of course, the players in the industry benefit from it. You have the actors, the actresses, producers, directors, and everybody in that industry. Of course, they benefit from it, and they pay their taxes to the Nigerian government. So the government is expected to use the taxpayers' money to provide what do you call it, infrastructures, and provide basic utilities for the people. So by extension, yes, Nigerians benefit from it. That's if the government is actually using the taxpayers' money to do what they're expected to do. So Flo, you're back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A bit of a strange question to ask whilst we're talking about Hushpuppi, isn't it?
Yeah, someone is saying here that a living dog is better than a dead lion. Stop bad bees, please. Exactly. That's the drill. When you are alive, there's hope. There's hope. Stop engaging in illegitimate businesses. My Nigerian people, see, in fact, and let me speak pidgin, let me speak Nigerian English so that the people who are Nigerians and are in the house and can hear me, I beg my people, my brothers, my sisters, make una no dey do this kind all these kind bad businesses, all these kind illegitimate hustle. Pure, dey pay, honestly. And if you do these kind things and they catch you, e dey always end bad, dey funny. So by all means, make una try avoid these kind things. Just dey do your legitimate business, go school, just dey do your thing. Just dey believe say e go better. Na poor man prayer be that. Na so we dey always talk for Nigeria, e go better. No matter how e long, no matter how bad e be, e go better. Na wetin me I believe be that, to say e go better no matter how e bad, because anybody wey dey alive, wey still dey breathe, na im get hope. If you carry your hand go chook inside bad thing and tomorrow kasala burst, how you wan take do? If kasala burst as e don burst for Hushpuppi head now, wey America don carry am go, how una think say e go be? So una no dey put una hand for dis kind. I know say e hard, things hard, but e never reach to make we dey do bad things. Just still dey hustle, dey believe e go better. Una no dey go do all these kind things, dey do yahoo, una no dey all this yahoo, all this scamming, all this, pure, e no dey help anybody, honestly. Because you go dey do am, dey get away, or you go dey feel say ball, I na me dey ball, I dey ball, na we set. But when the chips are down, when the music sets, dey sweet o. Dey sweet to dance to the music, honestly. Dey sweet to dance to that kind music. But imagine say you do legitimate thing, you make your money. In the night, you fit sleep, close your eyes, know say person no go come after you, dey ask you say where you get this money, or police no go come pick you say you make money. So far say you go fit explain how you make your money, where you get am from. So na wetin me I wan talk be that to my people, abeg. So also maybe the individual was doing pimping and prostitution. Well, I can't say all of that. So basically that's it. I've dropped the link to the video I uploaded today, so click on the link and watch. And I'm going to, like I said, my live streams are usually on Sundays. Like when I came up, someone asked that I thought the streams are usually on Sundays. Yes, but like I said, sometimes I do live streams on weekdays when I have the need to, like this now. It's a breaking story that I felt it's so important and we should just talk about. So I quickly did this live stream. Yeah, so yeah, George, of course you can. The link is there. I've been dropping the link pretty much. So click on the link because I'm almost logging off. So definitely give this stream a like. And we've had a lot of people come into the house. So if today is the first time you've come to my channel, definitely click the subscribe button and click the bell beside it. That way you will get notified each time I upload new videos or do a live stream like I'm doing now. Share my videos, fam. That's the another way you can support me. I appreciate all of you so much for the love, for the support. You watch my videos, you share them, and I love that you let ads play as well. And like I've been saying, let ads play, because that way I'm able to make some money to sustain what I do here, because it takes a lot of data to upload videos. It takes a lot of data to do live streams like this. Internet is not as cheap in Nigeria as it is in other parts of the world. Our own case is always different. Everything about us in Nigeria is always different. We have to have it more tough. I lack the words to describe it. So just let the ads play when you watch my videos. And another way you can support me, like I've said, is by sharing my videos. Share on your social media. You never know who will be interested, and click to watch and then subscribe. That's how the family grows as well. So thank you. Tune forward. I'm waiting for you. I've dropped the link, so click on it and come up, because I'm about to log off. We've spent 2 hours already. Interesting. So someone says Hushpuppi is innocent until proven guilty. Exactly. He's innocent until proven guilty. That's it. So basically what we've been saying is just what the story about his arrest and all of the eyebrows that Nigerians had been raising before now about his income and all. The problem with superior class is that he praises thieves and is very attached to appearances. Okay. People who commit financial usually commit that crime on their own race or ethnicity. Usually victim trusts the perpetrator because there is familiarity. Exactly. Which is so unfortunate. Tune forward. I'm waiting for you, George. I wanted African Tigress. Unfortunately, it seems like she's gone. So, okay, I can see some private messages. Okay. Innocent until proven guilty. Very true. The prosecutor must prove his guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Exactly. So that's what we look forward to, and we hope that he's going to have a fair hearing and all. Yeah, so George is up. Quickly, George, welcome to the
show. Fantastic. Wow. I just had to wrap up with one of my clients and I got done. I was like, okay, I gotta go. And anyway, I'm so glad to be on with you. This topic that you were talking about, thank you. Thank you so much, Virtue, my friend. This topic is so important because As I mentioned earlier while I was commenting, there was a time when Africans had what we call, you didn't want to get shamed. And you didn't want to shame your family, shame your relatives. People were mindful of what they got into. Africans were not trying to become so Americanized, oh, let's just have wealth any and every which way. Americans who did it, they've paid a price for it, some of them, and others will pay that price later. Some now, some later. Many prisons are full of individuals who scammed their way into millions of money, or millions of dollars, or billions of dollars, whatever the case might be. I don't know what the issue is with Hushpuppi. But you got to remember, when someone has no real skill, no real intellect, no particular advantage in what's been honed and shaped so that they could turn that into a money-making situation, you have to ask yourself, how did this person come into all this wealth? And my dear friend Virtue, many of them didn't get into that money the good way. And sometimes it catches up with them, you see. So I don't know what his story is. It's not as if once you can get wealthy, but when you get wealthy, you don't need to go around showing off. What's the point of it? After all, you have more satisfaction when you're using your money to lift up the many that can't get where you are, that haven't succeeded, either by academics or by skill, by training or apprentice, being an apprentice and learning certain trades. We don't all have to go to school to get wealthy. We don't all have to be in universities to get wealthy. Some of the wealthiest people we know in America had little or no education. Bill Gates being one of them. He flunked out of college. But when you make money, let it be something that allows you to have honor and respect in your society. And let it be something that allows you to have good sleep at night. But when it's ill-gotten wealth, that sort of money draws flies. Virtue. And when I mean flies, I mean house flies.
Yes.
And by house flies, I mean the kind of rancid elements in society. They attach themselves to you because of your money. They couldn't give a care who you are. And when and if they're able to take you out, they take you out. Because they know you didn't work hard at that money. It wasn't a blessing. You scammed it. You got it through bribery. You embezzled it. You stole for it. So not all money is good money. And so I believe in work. Work is good. And when you work and you apply yourself and look around you and say, where is it? What kind of business can I get into and be able to do well, not just to survive and pay my bills, but I have extra where I'm able to lift my family up, lift my friends up, and really look myself in the mirror and not be ashamed. When you see such a business, then pray about it and get on. And see what you could do. Go to a bank if you've established credit and borrow money from the banks. And the banks are willing to lend money to individuals that have good credit history here in America. And in the case of Nigeria, it is just knowing that this is not someone who wants to use bank money, borrowed money, for some assorted type profession. You know what I'm saying? So they want to know that what you want to get into is legitimate, that it is something that the government will not be opposing, and that it is not something that they think, the banks wouldn't think that they'll be left holding the bag. But when we think every which way is good to go to make money, that's wrong. And the young of our time, of our generation, they all get caught up in it. They want to be, be dressed with their bling bling and all of that, and they want to drive the best cars, etc., and not even mindful of the fact that you may get caught or you may get shot and killed. And what have you done? Has your life really been worth it? At wanting to just have at it while you can, any way you could? A lot of the women that you draw with that kind of fast money are not also women that really give a regard to you. They want to get just what they can get out of you, not because they love you. And so men need to think. And while men need to think, women too need to be careful, because when you associate with men that have ill-gotten money and wealth, You may be in the wrong place at the wrong time with them. And many women have gotten shot and killed in America. For what? It's not worth it. But you know, you're taking on a very heavy, heavy topic. And so I listened for a while. I'm like, oh, what are they talking about? And your panelist, she was making very cogent points. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, if I can finish doing what I'm doing real quick, maybe I'll get in there and just have one or two little input. But that's about what I think that we need to examine our ways and think of it, because a lot of rich, wealthy people in America and in Nigeria, around Africa, they didn't get it the right way. Virtue, they didn't, including the woman in Zambia, I think, the wealthiest African lady. Or was it Angola? I'm not too sure.
Zambia, but one of those southern African countries.
Right. It's, I think Daddy was president, and so she came into a lot of this loot. Yeah, I call it loot. You didn't earn it. And then they take it out of Africa and ship it over to the USA or to Europe to bankroll activities in Europe. And I heard your panelists, I think it was her, or you, Virtue, I think you said it. Why not use that money to build Nigeria? We have horrible roads, horrible marketplaces, not even good enough network or internet or Wi-Fi. All these problems that we have. If your money is gotten the right way, use it to do some good deed for the people. But they make this money, and then don't you see, because it's not good money, they don't really give it a care. They pack it, or rather, I'm sorry, they park the money in banks overseas. And then when Interpol could catch up with them, it catches up with them. There are many in Nigeria with homes in Lagos and Abuja that they could not afford on their own. They scammed the women out of it. And I've met some of these women. They've been clients of mine, and they would just cry. And when they find out I'm Nigerian American, they go, oh, George, I can't even believe there is a Nigerian like you. Because the few I've met, they've put me through the ringer. And it breaks my heart, Virtue. Makes me feel so ashamed. And then they come over there. No one knows how they got that money. It shouldn't be that way. We need to stop it. We need to shun them. Shame, it used to be the one thing we did back in the day, Virtue. Yeah, you shame them.
Yes.
You shame these individuals. They walk into a bar or lounge and want to buy food or drinks for everybody. Let everybody say, no, thank you. We don't want it. Boy, I tell you, they'll think twice. I want to buy you a drink and buy you something to eat. You say, no, yeah, we don't want it. You didn't get that money the right way. That's shame. If we did that, we'll have a little better society, Virtue. And your panelists, I forget, I don't know your name, I'm so sorry. Let's shame them, because sometimes the police are corrupt. They make this dirty money, like we call it here in America, and then they give some of that to the captain of the police department or whatever, passing it around. Here too, some bad cops could be bribed. But when we shame them, shame does a lot more than anyone else could do. If they have any sense of propriety, then shame will rein them in and say, let me stop it. This is not the right way to live. So it's really something we all need to pray about and think about. It's ridiculous, And then if you will permit me, I know you mentioned the book. I am so excited. Virtue. That's the book I think Hushpuppi and his posse and anybody alive needs to get their hands on. No joke. This is a book that they need to read, because it's got something there for folks who have money, how they should rightly spend it. And it's got something there for folks who are struggling, how to begin to understand that for everything that we do on the face of the earth, there is accountability to follow. It's a book touching on very many disparate parts and areas of life, but very cogent. And some of the information, some of what they get to read will be very epiphanic, something they've never heard. A eureka for each and every individual, finding something that is maybe they've thought about, but never really heard it put that way. And much of the information, totally novel, never heard, yet fact and based in ancient books. So I did a lot of work, but not myself. Adonai really wanted me, he'd been on me to write this book. Now it's done. Folks need to go grab it and read it like a contemporary book. And conversationals, how it's written, and gripping, and jarring, and informative, and illuminative. And let's get on it. Let's do it. But money comes. And people forget too, if you're chasing money, good money won't come to you. When you put seeds in the ground and you water it, money follows you and starts chasing you. And that's how people really make money. If you really want to make money, don't chase it. Let it chase you. And the right kind of money will chase you. And no matter how much of it you get, it will go a long way. It does a lot of good because it's gotten the right way. I bet you nobody wants to hear that. But that's how you do it.
But that's a fact. What you've said is a fact, because legitimate money will come if you put in the right work. That's what I've been saying basically. So it's important to put in the work and let the results eventually fall in.
It will generate, it's like a magnet.
Someone made a comment that I've just posted on the screen that I would like for you to also comment on.
Okay. What was it? Could you?
Have you seen the comments?
Yeah.
That most parents don't care and are not ready to know how their children get rich overnight, mostly the mothers. Can you comment on that?
I think you said something to that effect too. Either you, Virtue, because I've listened and I know how you are. You deliver so much. You give a lot of golden nuggets in everything you do. Your live stream as well as your uploads. It's one of the reasons I just got taken with you. Early on, way back last year. But here, and I think your panelist also said it, but the person's comment is really significant because a lot of parents have ignored all the marbles, all the rules that they were raised by. They've gotten co-opted into the system of easy wealth, easy money. And so you have moms that are not raising kids, but kids are raising moms. You have parents that are not raising their children, children are raising parents. And letting the parents know what you have is not enough. We got to get more. When did we ever think that we would have children being the heads of households? It's a problem on both sides, whether it's the kids who are driving this or the parents who seem to be in the back, like puppeteers, pushing the kids forward. Go and get it any way you could. Just get it. It's shameful. And I agree with that person, man or woman, your point is cogent. We need to let parents realize that because you failed, don't try to live your life that you couldn't do through your kids. Because you feel like you failed. And now, hey, let's do what we can now with our kids. That is just as wrong as it gets. That's just, mind-blowing. Let your child be a child. And then teach your child how to make money the right way. Teach your child how to have a little, what we call in America, like a small coin box. And you put your money in there. You tell them here, when you get a naira from me, don't spend it all. Maybe spend 50 kobo. The other 50 kobo, put that in your coin box. Teach kids how to save money. If only we know how to save money, I think we'll do well. But a lot of us, we don't know how to save money. We don't understand that it doesn't take much to live. It just takes knowing how to invest properly. It takes how to know about not wanting to have everything that the Joneses have. What's wrong with you having a Peugeot for a car? Do you have to drive a Mercedes-Benz? We don't think, and we get ourselves all saddled with so much debt. And that debt, then, you know what it does, Virtue? It deems our abilities to think through. Because we have so much debts, we become so absolutely mind-blown. And so are ready to do whatever we need to do to settle or be able to keep our standard. What I like, because I like to say things based on what I do, I don't live as I could. I live below my means. I enjoy life. I enjoy freedom. I don't like to have to feel like I have to have that. My actualization is in who I am. I am pleased with who George is. I sleep well at night. My food digests when I eat it. You know, I'm not ulceric because I'm worried so much about, oh, how do I make a buck? No, I make money, but then I know how to put away money and how to save it and use that little money to do good. That's what life is about because I get more fun, more joy out of doing for folk and helping them. And here in America, you have a lot of black people and white people virtue. I tell you the truth, if I turn my business car around, you will see them at every gas station begging for something, food or whatever. They are not disabled. They have 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 ears. And I say to them, but why are you out here doing this? Is it because no one will help you get a job? Would you like me to help you? And some will tell me, yeah, I need help. Help me get a job. And I help them. And some will say, no, I don't need a job. I'm just trying to get a booze, get something to drink. Really? And you're out here begging for that. So, if you don't have enough money to buy your drugs or buy your drinks, then perhaps it's not a good habit to develop. Why do you have to depend on somebody else to buy what it is you're craving to have? Shouldn't you be able then to buy your own booze, your own cigarettes, your own cannabis, or marijuana, as is so known around the world? So these are all the little things that eventually become colossal problems. Virtue. They start little. Everybody with a problem and a need to steal to become a millionaire, become a billionaire, believe it or not, it began by they're stealing pennies. And they mastered it, perfected the skill on how to scam, on how to lie, on how to get into someone else's pocketbook without doing the hard labor of going to school. But as we said earlier, and I think you agree, you don't have to be, like we say in Nigeria, Chikobi. Virtue, you know who that was? Nigeria. Chikobi was a young man who knew how to do math. One of the best mathematicians, So everybody like in Igbo land was a Chikobi, because Chike Obi was a boy who was very gifted in arithmetic. He knew how to put numbers quickly. Okay, we don't all have to be smart to be rich. I said it earlier. Bill Gates, the wealthiest man on the face of the earth, flunked out of college. He's not ashamed of it, but he knew what his skill was and he used it. So you don't need to have a college degree to succeed in life. And so if we can validate, parents, please validate your kids from little, when they're little, determine, look, observe your kids, check them out and see what is their gravitation? What do you see them sort of like attuned for? If it's a little girl, is it dance? Then help her be the best dancer. Well, hopefully get a little bit of education so she will know how to balance her checkbook. If it's a boy, look and see, is he into music? Like my baby sister, all her kids are instruments, they play instruments, guitar, drums, whatever. Let's pay attention to our kids and then sort of compliment them on what we see they are really drawn to. If it's a good thing, let's invest in it. The little bit we have, let's support them. Let's drive them. If it's soccer, let them be good soccer players. If it is tennis, let them be. And by the way, men can be rich being good cooks. And I don't know that happens in Nigeria much, but let's train the young men to know how to be good chefs and cook in restaurants. And they can make money that way. So money itself isn't bad, but it is the love of it that is a problem.
Exactly.
It's the love of it. And then that causes you to be jealous and envious and you want what someone else has. It didn't stop you from making yours, but you want to take them out because you want what they have. It's a problem. And the politicians aren't helping because they all come into office having not much money, but then they retire or they leave government work and are millionaires. How did you make that kind of money?
That's the question.
Really? Yeah, let's get them, let's know what their portfolio is before they take on a big assignment in Nigeria and Africa for that matter. And when they get done serving their time, let's say we got to look over your books. And if the books are good and they earn their money legitimately or they invested properly, let's leave them alone. And then let's give them the one thing people really desire, accolades. Let's praise them. Let's say, boy, you did good. You did good. Yeah. Let them have that dignity that they didn't steal while they were at the work. That the funds that came into national coffre or coffers were spent well, including the president. Let everybody be accountable. Then we won't have this rampant thievery, bribery, people wanting to gank on someone and get money that they can't even begin to explain to you how they earned it. It's shameful. So let's say bring back shame. Shame needs to return to society in America, around the world, and in Nigeria.
All right. Thanks so much, George, for your valuable contribution. I appreciate it so much. So, your last words, because I'm about to shut down. Your final words in 2 minutes.
Okay. What's the name of the panelist that was with you?
Flora, she's still on.
Okay, what's her name?
Her name is Flora. She can hear you, Flora. Answer.
I'm Flo.
Okay, I'm not sure if I say it right, Florence. If it is Florence,
Yeah,
I appreciate you. Yeah, you spoke eloquently. You made sense. I received from you. I received from everyone that can build my life up. Because the best thing we give each other is that encouragement, is that forthright, honest conversation that folks will learn from. And so I say to Virtue, what you do every day is commendable. And I am praying there is someone that sees or watches or hears your upload, this live stream, and learns from it. That peace of mind and honor, a good name, scripture says, is better than silver or gold. Let's begin to have some sense of decency, some sense of shame. Let it begin to have, let it guide and course us through life. Because this whole thing that we do these days, like we have no one to give account to, is problematic. Yeah. Human beings, please stop in your tracks and think through what you do before you do. That's all I would say and urge people. And by the way, every one of your listeners and Vert clubs, expect Awake Now. It's about to take on the world. And you'll be able to go, now you can have the hard copy on barnesandnoble.com and also AmazonKindle.com. Hard copies only are available, but very soon, in about a month time, if not less, ebooks will be available as well. And it will be on iTunes as well. I'll send the information to Virtue shortly, in about a week or less, so she will be able to disseminate it on her platform. Thank you so much, my sister. Thank you, Virtue, for being my friend.
All right. Thank you, George. Take care. Bye.
I will. Bye for now. Bye, Flora.
Take care.
So your final words, Flor, in 2 minutes.
Well, to me, basically, Nigeria.
Oh my goodness, the audio is out again. I can't hear her. So while she's trying to get that up, probably, I just want to say thank you so much to all of you for coming to my live stream today. And like I said, I can, come up live anytime in the course of the week when I have the need to. But our stream on Sundays rather still stand, and this time around I'm going to bring someone, my friend. Actually, I'm so excited. She's coming. Okay, Flora is waving at me. Can you hear me? Speak. Let me hear
you.
Okay. Final words. 2 minutes.
Final word is Nigeria is a country where most people are raised in a recession. Stop expecting your government to get you out of that recession and use your talent to make your money. Dishonest living will never get you far. Stop it.
All right. All right. Thank you so much, Flora. I appreciate your
Thank
coming on
you.
the show. And I hope to see you again when next I come live, probably in the course of the
No
week or
problem.
more on Sunday. Um, and if you've not
Okay.
watched the video I've been talking about, kindly click on the link to watch. It's very interesting. I don't want to tell you the story so
Okay.
that you can find out for yourself. Thank you, Flo. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.
Right. So thank you very much, fam, for coming to this live stream. It's been interesting conversation, just talking about this with you. And I still want you to go with these two messages, basically. First is that not all Nigerians are criminal. It's very important for us to take this message back. A select few have decided to take the path that is criminal and unacceptable, and the majority of us Nigerians totally condemn that. And as much as possible, we call for anyone who is found wanting to face the law. We are people who engage in legitimate businesses, and we are hardworking, honest people. Okay. And then the next message I want to send is it's important for us to um, don't let greed put your hand in something that is going to lead to your unfortunate end tomorrow, if that makes sense. So basically, just focus on your legitimate hustle and just keep at it. Eventually you're going to get the results, trust me. So on that note, I want to say good night, because it's 11:25 p.m. Nigerian time here. And thank you so much for coming to my channel. And if you've not subscribed, today is your first time here, don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell. That way you get notified each time I upload new videos. And if you've not watched my latest video, click on the link I've dropped in the chat room, or just comb through my channel. You are going to see it up there. Watch and share. Like I always say, share on all your social media platforms. Let's grow. We are at 38,000 now. Hey, a round of applause for all of us. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We will get to 40,000 before this month ends, and that will be a birthday gift. And as a lot of you know, last week Saturday was my birthday, so I'm still accepting birthday presents, and one of which will be just getting subscribers, getting us to 40,000. I would appreciate that so much. I mean, I'm grateful for having 38,000 of you and counting. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I will see you in my next video, but until I come your way again, please stay safe, be healthy, and be law abiding, okay, as much as possible. Thank you all. I love you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah. 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 Bye.